who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me?
Talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
Are growing out, and the only way the roots grow out every single day and they grow stronger and they grow better is if that we all water.
What? Well, I'm out, man.
What's up? What's going on? How's everybody doing tonight? It is Monday, which means it is another episode of Chip and Drip here on the AATSports Network. I am Chip with the Birds, joined by JD _Oracle from DDrippy_net. What up, buddy?
What up? Man.
Do you like my wall?
I do like you have a new wall. I'm in my corner again, so I'm back.
It's llama or alpaca. Alpaca, I think.
That's the color name?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I've never known what they've been calling the color. And all I know is they normally only animal of mine is called like after a fish. Salmon or whatever.
Salmon. So we got a cool show tonight, man. I'm excited. So first off, Mikey was hitting it up early. Hello, early when you're waiting. These be my students, you know what I'm saying? Adam checking in. What up, AAT family? Happy Monday. Yes, epic music. Chip and Drip. Hello. Yes, lovely wall. Thanks so much. The first part of this episode is called Chip Eats Crow. For those of you that don't know, eating crow means you were wrong.
Yep.
My friends, I can't pick brackets, y'all.
You suck.
I do. Now, I will say that as of right this second, I am ahead of my wife in the bracket selection situation.
That's not saying a whole lot.
No, I'm in 15th place on our AAT Birds. I'm in 15th out of 21, and T is in 19th out of 21. But here's the issue. I played a hunch. And the hunch was, Julie checking in. What's up, Julie? The hunch was that I really thought Kofi Cockburn was a much better player than he was.
I told you he wasn't. I told you.
So when I went ahead, so when I went ahead and picked Illinois to win the whole damn thing, and they lose in the round of 32, my bracket is mostly done at this point. So that's a fun game we're going to play called How Wrong Was I?
I don't think we have enough time for that.
We don't have enough time for that. So, JD, let me start by asking you, how is your bracket doing?
So right now,
or your brackets?
Well, my AAT bracket, I didn't change anything. I'm not a big one on the changing like little small things. So the same bracket I put in for you guys, I put in for all of them.
Okay.
And then right now I'm in eighth, but I'm actually tied for the most possible points because my teams are still in it for the Final Four and all that. So I'm not completely out of it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't pick a perfect bracket, but I've still got a chance to win both of my leagues, I guess. I got 400 right now. Our leader in our group has 440. So I'm not too far off. I'm about 4 games off. Which I took some teams. I didn't take North Carolina because I just hate North Carolina, which I know they were going to win. I just refused to pick them. So
if I remember correctly, did I pick them to lose that first game? I feel like I did. Now let's go to the bracket. I'm pretty sure that I did indeed. Hold on, come on now. Give me my bracket.
I picked them to lose just out of pure hate for North Carolina. Like I have no other reasoning or anything. Like hating. I just hate North Carolina because they're North Carolina. And now they're in the Sweet 16, which is hilarious.
All right, so let's see how very bad it was.
Oh my God, Chip, you got 370 points?
Sure do, yeah.
Well, technically, you're only 3 picks off of
my max 890 though is the problem.
Yeah, that's terrible, bro. and it's really bad.
So
That means you only got a couple points left.
So let's play this game. My final four.
Oh my God!
I have Gonzaga, Purdue, Illinois, and Iowa. So my right side of the bracket is done.
Yeah, you only got one side left, and that's only.
I got Gonzaga and Purdue, and I have Purdue beating Gonzaga.
Chip, what in the freak?
I did have North Carolina. Nope, I had Marquette. I had North Carolina losing in the first game.
I had them losing too. So, but it was only kind of pure hate. Like I just legitimately hate them. So
I had St. Mary's in the Elite Eight. I had Murray State in the Elite Eight.
Did you have St. Peter's at all?
I did not. I did think that Kentucky was going to win that game, as did most of the country.
Most did 90% of all human beings that didn't use a computer to generate their picks.
Yeah, unless you literally go to St. Peter's, I don't think you took the mustached man to do things. Nope. Although
I would assume no.
I'm trying to remember back to last week. I feel like Teal picked them because they were the Peacocks.
I think she did pick them off of being Peacock.
She did, but was really no. She's saying no. So let me be very clear. Teal is in the room. She is just wandering around painting things.
Looking for my purse.
And looking for her purse. So real quick, comments are rolling in while I'm horrified by my bracket. So Don Conaway, what up, Holmes?
What up, Don?
Julie says hello, Teal.
Yeah.
All the brackets are trash from Mr. Conaway. Brian checking in saying hello all. When you choose the wrong one. Yes, that's pretty much what happened. Arizona to win it all from Adam. So there's still some chances there. Brian, I think, picked Nova to win them all. Yes, let's go Nova. Let's go Cats. Listen, I agree. I would love Villanova to win.
Guess I picked to win it all.
Is that who you picked?
No, guess I picked.
Who?
My Duke Blue Devils, baby, and we're still in it.
See that. All right. You know what it is? Now, I love March Madness because I love the idea of pick'ems. And I usually watch a lot more of the tournament, like the division tournaments leading into the conference tournaments.
ACC.
I watched nothing this year.
That hurt me this year, though, because I
watching those games.
Yeah, because I watched Virginia Tech, and I know Virginia Tech is a bust. But because I watched them win the ACC, I thought they would give a better showing. But Miami, who I have in my bracket winning, who's still winning right now, I'm doing good because I saw that they were getting hot at the right time. So it's kind of like, it could go either way, brother.
So let me ask you this, because we could go pick for pick, and we might, still go over some things. But let me ask you this. Besides St. Peter's, because obviously they are the Cinderellas, the darlings of it all this year. Who is your biggest surprise, whether it's a win or a loss? Who is your biggest surprise this year?
Oh, man. Outside of St. Peter's, I would have to say it is Michigan. I think Michigan's putting it together at the right time, and they're showing some real signs of dominance.
But they're not a surprise for you. You said that was going to happen.
Yeah, but for everybody else, that should be a surprise. I told you guys it was going to, because they hadn't been.
You did.
They lost their coach for 5. They lost their coach for 5 games. And then, do you see what he did after the game to that Tennessee kid?
See, and that's one thing that I want to talk about. So we spent, I want to say, a solid 40 minutes after the fight happened. Right? We spent like a solid 40 minutes after the fight happened and ripped Juwan Howard a little bit and said all the things, you can't put your hands on people, that you're not setting a good example. I'm surprised he's not fired. And then he quietly took his suspension and he took his 11th seed, and then he went ahead and just did what he does. I think that Juwan Howard right now is one of the top coaches left in this tournament.
Yeah. And that's really saying a lot, because you still got, Tom Izzo was in it until Duke took him out.
Yep.
You had, Cal was in it for all of 15 minutes.
So here we go. You got Gonzaga left.
You got Mark Few.
So he's pretty good. He's always a 1 seed. It's the question of, can he win the title?
Right. You got Mike Krzyzewski.
You got Krzyzewski.
Hubert Davis.
You couldn't sit. You couldn't resist?
No.
You couldn't resist. Have an earbud.
I'm so glad you're here. Thank you.
So for those of you just joining us, this is...
I've been painting. I'm sorry. I am not camera ready. I was just in painter clothes.
Look, that's what they...
I love that.
I know. That was what they all saw. They can still hear us. That's the best part. But they can't see what we're doing back here. Hey.
I can't.
You guys
hear.
are gross.
I can hear. There you go.
You guys are gross. You guys are gross.
No, we're adorable.
Adorable.
Adorbs.
Yeah. Like I'm not. I've been painting like crazy.
Hello,
You
Mrs.
guys
Sh-
are cool.
Hello.
Yeah, Adam, I want to talk about this. That Tar Heels Baylor game was so good.
What did I?
Right.
Did the ejection change the outcome of the game?
For sure.
You know what? Okay, go ahead, T. I'm gonna let you take that one. Go ahead.
I think that it did. That's a big deal. If they were up and winning and then you pull this person out of the game and it goes the complete opposite way, that
They blow a 30-point
everything.
lead. It goes into
Yeah.
overtime. It
makes for
Listen,
good games, but
was a
like,
great game.
Yeah.
Listen. Okay, so let me give you my thought on this. Basketball is a game of runs. That is all
True.
basketball is.
True.
It's whoever gets hot at the right time in the right game with the right team. And if you go cold at the right time, no matter how good your team is, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? What do you say? JD looks
Your
like
picture
Harden.
looks like Harden from the side view.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go to the board.
Let's go to the
Let's go to the
tape.
board.
I
Go to the
trimmed it.
tape.
I trimmed in though. So I've trimmed since then. That was kind of.
I look like Quasimodo with the way the bracket
I
rests.
love that I'm in the middle.
You were supposed to be the centerpiece of this thing.
I'm here.
The highlight.
Hello.
But yeah, but to that point, listen, when North Carolina is simultaneously good for being basically basic during the season and then the postseason making a run. This is who they are. We've watched the Tar Heels do that time after time. Their last championship, I didn't think they even had a damn chance to win it, and they go out here and win it. So nothing gets past me with them. I just didn't pick them off of my true hate of the Tar Heels because I'm a Duke fan.
So and again, I think that Duke is going to make a run. I think that they're going to make a run. I think that Krzyzewski almost has to go out on top.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But do you think that they have enough? Because they had a dogfight yesterday.
Yeah, but that wasn't a scrub team, though.
I know
like,
it wasn't.
Any team that's coached by Tom Izzo, and Tom Izzo gives Mike Krzyzewski a hard time. He's won
every damn time.
He's won more. In the regular season, Tom Izzo gets him. But in the playoffs or in the, after the season, in the tournament, Mike Krzyzewski tops Tom Izzo every time. There were some questionable calls too in there for the Duke team for the Blue Devils.
That was the officiating was weird yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I did not like it. As a Duke fan, even though they were going our way, you just never want to see that in a game, that a game is changed by the referee. You never want that to happen. And as a fan, I wanted them to win straight up. Now, don't get me wrong. Banchero is one of that dude he's elite. I'm happy to see
he's
him.
already in NBA 2K, so let's call it like it is. They know.
Whoa, he's in 2K?
He's already in 2K. He's a free agent. They don't want to associate him with a team, but he's already in the 2K My Team section.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm back away.
You play 2K?
No, I'm not a gamer.
Listen, he plays all the time. He likes to play against people. So
I don't like to play against people. Actually,
he loves it.
I like playing against a computer, and then they're like, "Hey, you need to do these couple things." I'm like, "Oh my god,
he
I don't
loves
want to play
against people."
It's the people who are just like, "Look, I can dribble around the corners. I can dribble. I'm like, just shoot. My issue with those kind of game players is I have played so much real basketball in my life,
right?
Like, straight up offensive sets and defensive sets and, 2-3. Like, I don't do well in street ball.
Yeah, but it's a game. It's a shot clock, though. So, they have to shoot eventually.
Eventually. But first, like, zigzag and the glitch.
My favorite thing people do, all I can say is this. If you're playing the game you're playing against somebody, don't, bail out mid-game because you're losing. That's so dumb. So dumb. Just take the L.
People do that.
They take their ball and go home when that happens.
Yo, wait. Speaking of the ball, and I was out with I was at a very official coaches meeting for my 8-year-old's baseball league.
They're just all
very official coaches meeting. Very official. And we're watching all the games. This was Thursday night. We're watching all the games. I have an issue with how orange the ball is. The ball is brighter this year.
I think
so
that's
bothers
just
you
the screen.
It's not. It's not.
So it does stick out like a sore thumb because in 4K.
It's like shooting a pumpkin.
Well,
Just all over the place.
Well, this is like a lesson in technical things for everyone, just so you
Let's
guys
do
know. I'm an
technical.
actual nerd. So anything that's not green, normally, because they use a lot of green screens to put your overlays and stuff in there. So the ball is super green. Just like my wall looks super green because in StreamYard they have a thing for green screens. So my wall that is actually green looks really, really green. And this orange wall looks really, really orange. So they want you to tell the differential between the colors. And that's just saturation things with your TV and being in 4K.
What are you doing?
If your TV wasn't in 4K or the broadcast wasn't in 4K now, it would look like. So look.
Why are you doing this?
He's explaining things about backgrounds.
So now if you were to do it and you had a green screen, there would be none of this overlapping. It would look smooth. Like it would look smooth.
So I just clicked, I have a green screen, and it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, it's me on the basketball court. Nothing but bricks.
You don't have a green screen. That's the point.
I know.
So that's why the basketball looks so orange, because they upscale everything to make it look better.
Adam noticed the ball too. So he wants the old NBA Jam situation where they shoot it and it's like the fire coming out of it.
You can't do that in real life.
Do it.
You can't. You gotta add graphics. You can't do that during the game.
You add graphics.
Do live graphics.
All right, so let's talk Elite Eight. Right?
Please.
So it's a Sweet 16. Let's go through these games. Okay.
What is yours?
I will say this real quick. If they play with a lime green basketball, they could do that with the graphics. Just a thought.
Do it. All right. Now we are basing this off of, because mine is so very bad and yours is so very good. We're just going to base it off of the games as they're coming up. So this is where the bracket is right now.
I'll tell you who I have and who I don't.
Okay. I'm not even playing that game. We can just assume that I don't have the teams.
Okay.
So let's just assume that I don't have the teams. Mm-hmm. So the first game is Gonzaga versus Arkansas. I like Gonzaga.
I too like Gonzaga, but I had Gonzaga and Vermont. Obviously, I was wrong, but I do have Gonzaga advancing.
Ooh, you can't go wrong with that. I don't want to bet against Gonzaga this early in the Sweet 16.
Mm-hmm. Same.
So I will go ahead and take Gonzaga to the next round unless something just really shakes up.
All right. Texas Tech and Duke.
I have Texas Tech and Duke.
You actually have those two?
Yeah.
I have Texas Tech and Duke too.
I have Duke.
I don't know what I had. I'm just assuming I didn't have it. I'm taking Duke.
I got.
And you're taking Duke. We're all Dukies.
Because we all picked them, they will lose.
100%.
Don't say that.
Just because we all picked them.
All right. Then we go to Philly. Philly's hosting some games.
I know.
Yeah. Philadelphia.
North Carolina and UCLA.
Mm-hmm. I had North Carolina and St. Mary's, so St. Mary's lost, but I still have North Carolina advancing.
You had the wrong Saint. You had the wrong. If you picked the other
I know.
Saint, you would have been in. You were
I
good.
know.
You had good thinking though.
So I'm struggling with this one.
Wow.
I have North Carolina.
So North Carolina had a really good game to knock Baylor off, but they struggled. Meanwhile, UCLA is kind of just running the table. I mean, they beat St. Peter's strong, but they struggle with Akron. I think just for hopes, I want to see a Final Four matchup of North Carolina and Duke. So I'm taking North Carolina.
I'm going to take North Carolina, and I'll tell you why. Because North Carolina does this every couple of years. I already said that. They do this where they get hot at the right time. And when they get hot, it's very hard to pick against them. And they're getting hot and clicking at the right time. They're in transition. You cannot stop these guys when they get in transition. Mm-hmm. They're hard out. And I don't think UCLA has the mental toughness playing in the Pac-12 to take the Tar Heels on. These Tar Heels look really strong.
And the only reason why North Carolina and Baylor even got close is because of that ejection. They stopped having anyone that could move the ball.
I mean, the ejection played a part, but it's not as big as y'all. I don't think it's as big as they think.
So wait, can we have a conversation? Was it a flagrant 2?
Yes.
Really?
I don't think so.
It wasn't a bad. It hit him in the head. Anytime it's like
a flagrant 2.
Right. Head or neck contact because of how they're doing these, just like with the targeting shit. In college football, sometimes we don't agree with it, but it's to protect the player. Like when these guys get in the air, you can't really. Anything can happen up there.
So the game last night, then the Sixers game last night, Harden goes up for a layup, natural form. He didn't go up for a layup like this. He just went up for a layup and got called for an offensive flagrant 1.
So Harden has a track record of doing illegal shit and making it look
okay.
weird.
He's done it 100 times. A couple games ago, he totally charged that guy and got away with it.
He just sticks his elbow up. They're tired of Harden doing this shit.
Against the Nets, actually.
I'm tired of seeing him do the shit. Put your fucking elbows down, guy.
So, is it a playoff flagrant one?
Yes.
Ooh, really?
Because I'm telling you, because of the fact that he was in the air. Like, if he's on the ground, they don't call that. He just reached in and hit him. But in the air, there's a lot of head injuries that happen when guys come down with. You saw that guy got the technical foul for swinging on the rim, right? You saw that? He was dunking and he swung on the rim, right?
Yeah, it was when Illinois still had a chance, and then my bracket got busted. Go ahead, continue.
So he dunks it and he swings on the rim. They're following everything to the T for this brackets because they don't want no pun intended. And then they tech it.
Technical foul.
That's a technical foul.
Give it to it.
That's a technical foul.
Name that movie.
Ooh.
I even sang it.
Technical foul.
That's a technical foul. It's a technical foul. Is that movie with Will Ferrell?
No.
Will Ferrell. It's not Will Ferrell?
No.
That's what I said.
It's a holiday movie.
Air Bud?
No. What holiday? What holiday?
Holiday movie. Technical foul. Basketball movie. Coach Carter?
Jewish holiday movie.
Oh, 8 Crazy Nights.
The animated Adam Sandler movie.
Got you. That's amazing, Tila.
Thank you.
I don't even know any Jewish people, so I mean that's probably why I didn't know.
I'm like Jewish.
You're getting us canceled. We're getting canceled.
No, it's true though.
No, I am. My biological father is of the Jewish variety.
Oh wow, he's of the Jewish persuasion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
See, Matt knew. It came in like 5 minutes late, but he knew.
Ooh, North Carolina and Duke equal Georgia and Bama in football.
Let's discuss.
Man.
Which is the bigger matchup, though?
For which one?
North Carolina, Duke in basketball, or Bama and Georgia in football? I think
the
for me,
bigger matchup, it's Bama,
Duke and North Carolina.
Right?
No, it's the Tobacco Road matchup. It's North Carolina and Duke.
It's okay.
Whoa.
So let's say this. Can we throw
That's
this
what
out
it's
there
called?
Yeah. They're literally like 20 miles from each other. Not even.
And they grow
Why
tobacco.
is it the Tobacco Road?
They grow tobacco on that. That's where they farm tobacco.
I know.
There you go. Social studies lesson.
So for me, I will agree with Tila in a certain extent because when you talk about college football, I think I'm starting to believe college football is king, just like NFL is king. Like everybody loves the NBA, but they really love NFL, and like we really like March Madness.
But that's it.
Love NFL. Like we love
right. Like for me, like I didn't watch a single college basketball game all year.
Right.
And North Carolina and Duke played each other
twice.
Right.
So, and I think if Bama and Georgia played during the regular season, stop your face. They played during the regular season. People are like, I'm here for it.
Well, the thing about it is they play in the biggest game of the year, and it controls everything. So the time when they play, it is the biggest game of the year, like with the playoff system the way it is. Now, when they expand and this game becomes less important, which I don't think will happen for 5 or 6 years, Chip, just so you know, when they expand it, then it will be more notable. But right now, they still have the 2 divisions. They won't ever play until the conference championship, where it'll be for all the marbles. But North Carolina and Duke is still one of the hottest tickets, no matter how good or bad those teams are. So, to your respect, I do believe that it's a better rivalry. I just think that it's bigger. I think that Georgia and Bama is recency bias is bigger.
True. Back to the bracket. We got Purdue and St. Peter's.
Ooh.
I picked Murray State over St. Peter's, but they lost.
Everybody picked. Nobody got St. Peter's beating Kentucky.
Right. But I should have because they were Peacocks, and I almost went that way. But I'd have Purdue as well against St. Peter's, and I have Purdue advancing.
I think that if this game had been tonight, St. Peter's has a chance because they're at that point riding momentum, but they literally have an entire week to think about this game. I think Purdue wins this one.
Okay, so I do have a caveat to what you're saying, though.
If the guy shaves his mustache, they don't even show up. Got it.
No. It's like kind of a more of a. It's almost like you're scared. Like people when these teams go on these runs, you're almost afraid to play them because
True.
they're playing with house money. They don't have any of the pressure. They're
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? They're tough.
They're a 15 seed. They should not be in this game.
They're tough, man. They're tough. And Mikey is in the house. What's up, Mike?
Barrera, hold on. Barrera, are you close enough to a camera to talk about the St. Peter's Peacocks? If you are, I'm going to send you a link because I need to have a discussion about this team. Because I know your bracket got slapped silly because of this team. You just let me know. You put a little comment saying I'm close enough to the camera.
I expected Mike to be at the top, and now to see that he's not at the top, it's actually kind of weird.
It hurts our credibility when we do a Mike Barrera show. I'm going to be honest about college basketball.
He said yes.
All right, I'm sending you a link because I need to have this conversation.
I can't wait to get him on here. I'm excited. Like I'm excited about you too, T. But I'm super excited about Mike because Mike's thing kind of shit.
Whatever,
the bed
guys.
this
Yo,
year.
Mike is.
Whatever, guys.
T, we trust you. We know that you're better than Chip. Like we already know what.
Yeah, I know that. I'm actually going to step out so actually intelligent people can talk. Actually, I can't step out because I got to run stuff.
You got it.
So yeah, he's going to join up in a second. We're going to talk about St. Peter's because I'm curious about something here, and I'm going to ask a lot of questions about the mustache and Doug Efferhoffen or whatever the guy's name is.
So hold on, wait a minute, one quick, because we didn't really talk about this Michigan thing. Don't you think that because Juwan Howard embraces this kid who's not his kid, he's not his player, he embraces this kid who's like basically heartbroken that they have lost to him, and he embraces this kid. The media says absolutely nothing about
nothing. They said nothing.
And
we saw the videos of it.
Oh yeah, but like none of the people who were crucifying him like 3 weeks ago or however many weeks ago, none of them came forward and said, you know what, Juwan Howard, has reconciled himself in the eyes of people. Because there's one thing, I felt like the dude felt disrespected, so that's why what happened.
He was 100%. You don't do this to somebody.
Or you just don't grab me. I'm a grown man.
Right.
You
just
don't grab my arm.
All of the above. The whole situation was completely crazy.
Hey, Fran.
Hey, guys. What's up?
St. Peter's Peacocks. Tell me some things.
Oh, my gosh. Well, first of all, Jersey's strong. Okay. Let me tell you what. Okay. They're representing my state very well, so I can't complain too much. Yeah, my bracket, I have 3 of my Final Four still intact. But besides that, I've just been basically destroyed every single step of the way.
Oh, man.
Did you have even – all right, so look, you did a really good job, and I watched your bracket selection show, and I watched all the things, right? And I tried to listen to some of the things you said about St. Peter's, but in your wildest dreams, did you see that one happening?
No, it shouldn't happen. I mean, they got 5-star recruits. They have, some of the best players. Oscar Tshiebwe is one of the best players in the league. And the fact that they were basically 1 for 6 in overtime at the free throw line kind of sums up they didn't have it this year. It just wasn't their turn to do it. But St. Peter's, man, they can beat you from inside, outside. That guy, Doug Eddert, with the mustache on. Oh my
mustache. It's so bad.
I want to grow
so
mustache
bad.
just because of him. That's how cool he is right now.
I saw somebody, right, and they're like, if you don't have a guy that looks like that with a thin little wispy mustache on your team in March,
but
you're not going to win.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. I mean, listen.
Some Manscaped.
I haven't played the new commercial yet. Chill. She's pulling all the products.
I'm not showing off.
Mr. Don Conway. St.
Total
Peter's,
enrollment.
3,500.
That's all they got at their school?
Yeah. It's a small,
How can they be considered
school.
Division I?
That's a great
probably
question.
their football program.
Yeah, this stuff is good.
No, they still only got 3,500 people. That's it.
All right, so wait. So St. Peter's blows through Kentucky, and then they come across Murray State, who I remember you saying, like, you were really excited for that Murray State-Kentucky matchup.
That's what I was excited for.
Murray State was by far the best mid-major in all of basketball this year. I mean, if you don't want to call the WCC a mid-major, like Gonzaga, like Murray State should have been a Sweet 16 team. And I like that they played against San Francisco. I was like, okay, they're going to come in here and going to take care of St. Peter's, but they were also dealing with an injury that was kind of significant.
Sure.
I mean, the crazy thing is, though, that St. Peter's didn't trail at all. They led that game
at all.
I mean, that's amazing. I mean, You don't
Hold on
understand
one
how
second.
hard that is. Yeah.
Mike, so this is for you, Tila, and Chip. When I saw the Gonzaga, I mean, we talked about this. When I saw the matchup between San Francisco and Murray State, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't like it for San Francisco because I wanted to see them go at bigger teams and show that they can take those big teams out. I love that more. I don't want to see mid-majors going at each other because, to be honest, like the whole point of March Madness is the madness of it. And you see these teams, you end up with a Final Four like Murray State, San Francisco, St. Peter's, or whatever the freaking name is. This is what we wanted. St. Mary's, like this is what you wanted. I wanted straight chaos. I wanted to see Mike Krzyzewski leave out with straight chaos and not know anybody that's playing. And we're all just kind of like, who's this guy? Like we got a pamphlet out. Like he does what? He basket weaves? Like what is he doing? Like and they give
well,
great
why you gotta be basket weaves? Why you gotta do that thing?
I mean, I could
not that I have any real reason to take offense to it. I just wanted to do it.
I don't know. I just couldn't think of anything better to say. That's in my wheelhouse.
Solid. I don't know what that is.
So here's the question, and Mike, I'm throwing it to you first.
Okay.
Does St. Peter's have any chance against Purdue?
It's gonna be tough. The problem with Purdue is that they have two like legitimate top players in the front court. So I can't remember the guy's name for St. Peter's, their big front court player who's like amazing, by the way. But I mean, trying to deal with Edey and dealing with Williams is gonna be very, very difficult. So I mean, if he gets in foul trouble, I mean, it's gonna be game over for the most part. Because then you'll also have Ivy, who's an All-American style player. I mean, they're too big and they're just too deadly from every single part of the court.
So I have Purdue as the other part of the national championship game.
Me too.
Ooh, so I had one. I also had them going up against Illinois, so that's why I'll be following further down the bracket. Listen. I thought Kofi Cockburn was going to go off in March.
He should have. He really should have.
He did not.
There's no excuse why Illinois should have been bounced after the first round both years in a row. It's just kind of inexcusable.
But they struggled with their first round matchup too.
Yeah,
they struggled against Chattanooga.
I told you Chat was the real deal. Y'all didn't.
You did. I remember.
Mm-hmm.
They should have. Chat should have beat them. That would have been that was supposed to be my game buster right there.
It was a 1-point loss. They almost did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I agree with JD. Like I loved the San Francisco Murray State game. I thought that was an amazing game, but it just sucks because that could have been two Cinderellas facing off against teams like UCLA or whatever, whatever other school you can think of. So it just sucks.
All right, so we're now going to the right side. Arizona and Houston.
This is hard, man. I got Arizona, but only because I don't know enough. I've been watching Houston a little bit, and I'm just now catching up, and I think they're getting hot, but I still like Arizona. Arizona's got some dogs, man. Them dudes, they play different. They're different.
Yeah. Arizona's A game is probably the best in the country. So when they're rolling, they're rolling. I mean, they have like amazing size. Mathurin is basically an NBA style player. I mean, I actually heard, I think it was Luke, not Luke Walton, the dad, Bill Walton. He compared him to like Michael Jordan, the style of player he could be, the way his skill set. I like Houston because Sampson's a great coach and because they just somehow find a way to win. But Arizona is my champion this year, so I kind of have to back Arizona.
Dude, I think we lost Chip and Tila, which is really weird. I guess we just have to keep going.
Okay, here we go.
Thought process. So I know we said we like Arizona. What about Houston gives you cause for pause at all if you have any?
I mean, well, so they lose Sasser, right? They lose their best player earlier in the year. So you think, okay, the Houston's done. It's going to be, somebody else out of that conference. And they just kept winning and winning. They just kept finding ways to do it. They're just tough on defense. They've always been tough on the glass. I think they're just so well coached. It's kind of like, they're going to be there because of that coach, because they know they've had that experience over the year to live without their superstars. And there they are. They're back.
There we go.
Thanks for carrying on without us. Our Wi-Fi is still shady in the house.
It's okay. It's a little shiesty. Who's next, guys?
Well, I had Arizona. I don't know if you guys heard that.
Yes, so do I.
Neat.
But is that who you actually have? Like, you actually have Arizona?
My bracket is so shot to hell. I'm not even referring to that piece of garbage anymore.
Okay. Well, I picked Arizona to move forward.
I can max out at 850 points. There is no point in me talking about my bracket.
I can max out at 1570.
Yes, we are aware.
I think I can max out at 16
Yeah.
1660 or something.
In the words of Newfound Glory, it's all downhill from here for me.
Nice.
That's the Clemson motto. It's all downhill, baby. We get it.
It's true. All right, let's continue. This is the match for me. This is the matchup of the Sweet 16. Michigan and Nova.
Ugh, God, I
I
hate
had
Michigan.
Colorado State. I don't know why I picked that. I feel like I threw that in last week as
I
like
had
a
Colorado State.
switch up against Villanova, but Villanova is my pick. So
Mike, before you make your
Villanova
official
always.
pick, what are we watching for here?
Well, Michigan basically has to run through Hunter Dickinson. Most of their backcourt got replaced this year. So in terms of experience level, Villanova is the more experienced squad. I mean, their backcourt's obviously one of the best in the country. So, I mean, Villanova's backcourt has to be better than Hunter Dickinson at the end of the day.
I
So
got
is
something.
he?
What was that?
Are they going to be able to do it?
Oh,
And then
I
JD,
think
I'm
so.
going to talk.
Yeah, I think
Oh
so. I
my.
mean, I don't think Michigan was that good this year at all.
Johnny's getting
Johnny's a big Nova
Johnny
fan.
is feisty.
I don't even want to put
and
that comment
agree.
up. I don't want to put that
agree.
comment up. If you're on YouTube and you can see Johnny's comment, oh mama.
It's Duck Michigan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I told him
Slug
that the other day.
Michigan.
So, yeah.
JD, you had a thought?
I have a
This
lot of
matchup?
thoughts on this game.
Okay, share some thoughts.
So first off, number one, when it comes to Michigan, like I said, Michigan's getting hot. All the talks about them not having Juwan Howard for all that time looks kind of like asinine.
This is nonsense.
Because it's like he's back and they're playing really well together. They're running their offense through the big, which is amazing for them. But you could run into a buzzsaw messing with any Jay Wright team. His teams are just well coached. The kid from Abington, big boy. What's his name?
Antoine?
No, not Antoine. For Nova. Somebody say his name. He's a post player, black kid, big boy.
Dixon or Nixon?
Dixon.
Yeah.
Eric Dixon. So he is been a monster. He's been Mr. Everything on the inside for them.
Mhm.
He's been getting to a bucket. And then every time you watch Nova's guard, don't you just get enamored by their guard play? The way they're just able to control the game. They don't make a lot of mistakes. So in order to beat Villanova in this time of the year, you're going to need some help. You either have to really outplay them. They're not going to make a lot of mistakes. And for whatever reason, Jay Wright has somehow cornered the market on how to control the game using his timeouts and clock management. He just has done it.
He is the anti-Doc Rivers. Yes, indeed. Yep.
He
He's
is the
just a
anti-Doc
really
Rivers.
good person too.
Yes,
Yeah, he is a great person.
Yes.
He's a good person.
So JD, who you picking in this game?
This really sucks for me, man, because I really, really want to see Nova win it. But I just believe, because we all think that Nova's going to win, that Nova may lose. And it won't be something you can turn away from. I don't want to see it happen. I got them going, but now my bracket's screwed anyway with Michigan still being in it. So, to be honest, I don't know. I want some chaos. Take them out.
I want some chaos, but not that chaos. That's not the chaos I go for.
So, what I know to be true is that guard play in March gets you national championships.
Yes.
I'm taking Villanova in this round.
Yeah.
Listen, I think it's going to be a good game.
I can't wait to watch that game.
It's going to be good. I mean, it's going to have your popcorn, get close to the TV, maybe push one of your neighbors during the game. I don't know. Like, do something.
All right. Kansas or Providence?
I have Kansas.
God.
Kansas.
Oh, we got oh God.
I don't
Do
know.
share.
I like so Providence just finds a ways to win. That's the only problem. They're just so
Because they're holy.
That's true. I mean, they're blessed by something this year. I don't know. They always escape everything, and even though they never cover spreads at all, they blew the last opponent out of the water. So maybe
big time.
Big time. I mean, that was one of the ugliest games of the year.
And again, but Richmond, they always talk about the 12-5 matchups. Like Richmond beat Iowa, but again, that didn't say much because it's just the 12-5 matchup of it all.
I just think they just get, what's the word I'm looking for? They choke a lot. Iowa chokes.
Yeah, they get overseeded for sure.
Like Garza last year. Does he even play basketball still?
He got drafted, didn't he?
I think so.
I haven't seen him playing. Have you seen him?
I think he's D-League somewhere.
He's not
played the same amount of games as Zion Williamson this year.
Yeah, he's not a professional style player. I feel like he's a little too slow. Yeah, I like the Friars. I don't know why, but they're just different this year. Kansas is great, but they need McCormick, who's their big guy down low, to be basically on point every game. Because if he disappears, like he has a few times this year, it relies a lot on the backcourt. But I don't know. I have Kansas as a future pick to win it all. I just like Providence. I want to see the chaos as well, and I want to see a team that doesn't typically win. So give me the Friars.
Well, speaking of that, we got an 11 and a 10 seed in the last matchup. Iowa State versus Miami.
I picked neither one of these two.
God.
You said
I'm taking
State?
Miami.
Yeah.
I would too.
Me too.
Mhm.
I'm gonna take Miami. I'm gonna be honest. Miami's big. They're athletic. They're go-getters. They are fast. Like, you don't go against a bunch of guys with a bunch of dreads. Just pick the guys with the dreads.
What is this?
Well, we're not even doing the final. We'll do that. We'll do that next
Four?
week.
Is
We'll
that
do
what
that next
is,
week.
though?
This
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, they're playing the Elite Eight or the
I'm
Sweet
just
16, which
saying-
will take them to the Elite Eight, which then the
I will
following
say
week will do
that
Final
all
Four.
the teams that I have picked for the Final Four are still active.
That's good. Didn't you
And the bottom and the 2 and the final.
Didn't you pick St. Peter's for 2 rounds, Tila?
No, I picked
No.
them for
She tried to, but we talked out of the Peacock.
I know.
Because you're like, listen,
fuckers.
they're 15 seed, they're the Peacocks, and she's like, oh, that's adorable, but no,
If
I'm
I
gonna
would
take
have
Kentucky.
realized that Providence was the Friars, that's like Friar Tuck. That's so cute.
I made her pick away from a nun with Loyola Chicago.
Well, she did right by that.
And by the way, that woman is still alive. I would like to apologize for
I know.
last week's
I
viewing.
was gonna bring this
Oh
up
my
to
God.
all of you. You
I'm so
guys
sorry, y'all.
had her shining on from down below, and she is still kicking.
I know, y'all. I feel so bad about it.
That's why y'all deserve to lose.
I do believe the Sister Mary Jean cursed my bracket.
I agree because stop saying things like that about her. As a Catholic, it's Catholic school.
Like I said, I'm Jewish.
Terrible.
All I'm saying is
poor
right now,
woman.
Sister Jean is a sweet lady. I love seeing her. I am just wondering because I thought she was already not with us anymore. That like, I'm not going to say anything about her next year because she may not really be with us next year.
She's 102. Isn't that crazy?
That's
This
nutty.
is why you guys have busted bracket.
Y'all ever play Plants vs. Zombies?
I'm in the same position as you.
Terrible.
We're getting canceled, dude. Like, I'm just getting ready to get my letter. You can shut us
Listen,
off.
I've got so many thoughts. Not only that, but about like
Also, ow.
about
Y'all saw that. She assaulted me.
About college football bowls and their names as it is.
We're not there right now.
I know.
Why are you always doing this, Tila? Like, stop trying to take out the patriarchy. All right, we know it's screwed up. Like,
It's not. That is not the patriarchy. That is racist.
Okay, wait. I wasn't gonna do this, but I have to.
We know they're racist. They're in the South.
It's a cotton bowl. That's terrible.
Okay.
I need to get cotton.
I need to have a conversation,
Could be
and
called
I
the
probably
Chick-fil-A bowl or something.
there's one of those.
There is right one.
There is one at Chick-fil-A bowl.
It's delicious.
It's nutritious too.
Since we're talking about the patriarchy, since we're talking about college sports, since we're talking about stop trying to take out the patriarchy.
No, do not bring this up. Do not bring this up. We will have a fight. There is so much more to this story, and I will lay out facts, and you will not like what I'm about to say. So I warned you about this.
Do it.
Keep it in. Keep this one in. I promise you, you want to keep this one in. You will actually get canceled. Do not do it.
You can't offend us. You can't offend us.
So this deodorant smells really good.
I know I'm sweating a little bit. Might need some.
Nope. Your opinion is wrong.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No. All right.
Is it about the swimmer thing?
Yes. Do not. Do not.
I gotta say it. Oh, I'm saying.
All right, we got to. Let's go. I can't. Leah Thomas, right?
We said that we were going to keep it real, 100%.
That's what all authentic talk. All authentic talk.
We said we're going to keep it real. So my thing is, I have a daughter and I have a son.
Mm-hmm.
If my daughter at 14 years old says, I want to race and against swimmers, my 4-year-old who's a year older than her cannot say, hey, Dad, I want to race against my sister. Because he's probably going to beat her. Mm-hmm. Because of the physiology of it all. I'm not saying that trans people do not have rights. I'm not saying that. So let me go ahead and put that out there. That's the disclaimer to this. I just think it is wildly unfair to think that physiology, whatever, however I'm trying to say.
Sure, got it.
The body that is made for a man is equal to the body that is being composed as a woman. Like, Tila, I'm going to be honest, it's just real.
Hold on, I'm going to bring this up. Okay. Let me break down some facts.
She's scrolling things. Oh, shit.
Let's do it.
In the 1650 pre-transition, 1454.76. Post-transition, 1559.71, lost by 65 seconds. The male record was 1412, and the female record was 1503. She was 40 seconds behind the male record. Now she's 56 behind the female. In the 500, Leah's best pre-transition, 418. Current, 434. Female record is 424. So 10 seconds behind. Male record, 406. Also behind. Then, prior to the transition, 139 for the 200. The male record is 129. After transition, 141. The female record is 139. So there's not advantage there in this situation either way. So while they're all situations, hold on, that is fair for, in this situation, that is not an accurate depiction.
121-1.
Yep.
You were ranked 121st in the male division.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than improving those numbers,
hold on. But
you go to number 1 in the women's division.
Your argument is that she is doing this just for the record, because that's what you said to me last night.
Mm-hmm.
And that is an inaccurate statement and highly unfair.
For the titles, not for the record. I don't care about the record.
It doesn't matter. That's
for the titles.
So you think that somebody is just going to flip-flop back and forth and change everything about themselves just to win titles?
Have you seen Juwanna Man?
It's a good movie.
Yes, I have.
That's a good,
great movie.
That's actually a really good fact.
But
that did happen.
It is a good movie. But I have also seen what is that? The one Green the movie where he was the soccer Jonathan Landis was the soccer player that pretended to be a girl on the girls' soccer team. Ladybugs. That's what it's called. I've also seen that. And I've also seen White Chicks. So I don't really want to hear it.
I've seen that one now.
Underrated movie.
Such a good movie. Hands down, such a classic. Terry Crews's everything. I know you do not like it.
But can we point this out really, really
sure?
Quick? You said a lot of numbers, Tila. And while you were saying numbers, I was doing a mental read.
Mm-hmm.
So the top speed, even though she was 10 seconds off of the top speed when she was a male, or what is it? She was 10 seconds off? She's closer for her times, for the times you gave us. She was only like 10 second inch.
You're talking from the college records. Like
this is
Katie Ledecky.
For 1650, she was 1454, but the male record is 1412.
Right, but
she
when
was
she
40
was
seconds behind the male, and she's 56 seconds behind the female.
Yes. But we got to also look at the time that she's taken in this process as well. So this may be, her top might not be record worthy, but it's definitely worthy of medaling. Look, you see how much bigger she was compared to the girls that was beside her on the stage?
Right, and she still lost.
She was
no. When she won the title.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Like, look at, okay, so in swimming, I'm not a great swimmer. You know, I'm a black dude. I don't do a lot of swimming. but I will say that I've noticed something about some great swimmers. That they have a really long torso. And they have little short legs that kind of mimic a fish. When you can make up that much ground, she's like 6'4" or something. Like, she's not a small old lady.
Yeah, but that doesn't always account for speed. And Chip's family does come from swimmers. Mm-hmm. His brother swims for Susquehanna. His younger sister is a really, really great swimmer as well. And she is smaller than the other swimmers. So it's not even about height. It's really just about,
again,
her.
For me, the 121-1 was my problem.
I understand that, but there's so many different layers.
I'm sure there are
in that conversation.
I'm sure there are. It just doesn't, from a surface read, it doesn't sit right. And then you like you said, you got more into numbers and the lost time here and there. I get it. But from a surface read, it doesn't sit right. It's like the scene from Benchwarmers. I is 14.
With the beard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
right. But like I said.
But my thing is, so I would say this. So let's take the gender out of it.
Yeah.
But so our kids all play sports. Like our kids play AAU ball and travel ball.
Yeah.
When I see a kid that's out there that's over the age that he's supposed to be, I go absolute bananas because you're supposed to make it even playing field for everybody. If there's not a league, that she can, participate in with other transgender male to females, then they might need to create something like that so we don't have this issue.
Yeah, but that's a whole separate. That is a form of segregation.
Right, it's separate but equal situation. Which case, men and women's sports.
The men and women's sports, but if you made a third gender, like a third section, and they participated all year with whatever they want, wherever side they want to participate on, but when they compete for national championships, they compete with people who have the same genetic makeup, and it just makes it fair.
I think it's a slippery slope, but here's the thing: there are certain Pee-wee football teams that go based off of grade. And then there are others that go based off of weight. And our oldest was at one time on the teeny tiny, but still clearing it, right? So he would never get a chance to play because some of the other kids, it didn't matter the age, it mattered the weight, and he would have sat on the sideline. So we actually switched to a grade-based thing requiring time. You know what I mean? So it's kind of the same thing when you think about it in that.
It's whatever the set rules are. That's my thing. It's whatever the set rules are. So if you're going to struggle with something like this, then for me, just get rid of men and women's sports and just do sports.
You can't do that.
Why not? Because men would dominate it.
Yeah, because you can't have LeBron James taking on, because technically LeBron James is really a point guard. So imagine him imagine Sue Bird really trying to check LeBron James. Like Sue Bird's giving up 7 inches and almost 150 pounds in weight. Like she's
By the way, hold on. Total side note. Did you hear about what is her name? And
Brittany Griner.
Oh
Brittany
my
Griner.
God.
That's
We
crazy
need to people need to save her. First of all.
Listen. Okay, hold on, wait a minute. God, I hate doing this.
Uh-oh.
Brittany Griner is not without reproach. You cannot fly with narcotics.
I agree with you totally. However,
go ahead.
The situation it got so deep, they couldn't find her. No, that they can't find her right now. That's scary. Especially what's going on over there. Whoo.
We know what's happening. I mean, if we call it a spade, they're going to use her as a bargaining tool. She's almost a POW
100%.
Without being a POW. But the fact of the matter that you're in she knew there was a war coming. Everybody that had a TV knew what was going on.
Get out.
It was probably not the smartest thing for her to do.
No, you go in. This is the second thing she's done that's really damn dumb. Like the second thing that's really dumb. So first thing she did that was really dumb is she was the only WNBA player that was on child support. Think about that. Think about how crazy it is. The only WNBA player to be on child support. Now, we hear all about that all through the NBA. You know how many?
Mm-hmm.
She had a wife. They got divorced, and she ended up on child support. The only female, and they don't make nothing. They don't make that much money.
No.
So
it's a shame because women's basketball is fascinating. Fascinating.
Yeah, it's really, I love it.
It's so good. But then you got KD out there, and everybody's focused on Ben Simmons and all his bullshit.
And his herniated disc why he won't play all season. Come on, buddy.
You guys.
Wait.
Well,
Hold on. Did I miss this?
Oh, yeah. It came out today. After he's been cured of his mental illness, and now he can go.
Of course. He's fine.
He has a herniated disc and can't do anything.
But he's had a herniated disc, guys.
Come on, buddy.
He's had a disc issue. If they don't listen, my problem with Sixers fans is why do we even give a shit? Why do we care?
No, I don't. I'm saying
on, buddy.
They care
Now,
more about that shit than they do about the WNBA.
Can we have a conversation that the Sixers are going to win tonight? And I know we're doing this, we're having fun, and they didn't play Joel Embiid, and they didn't play Harden, and I have a lot of thoughts about that.
Please talk.
But they're going to beat the Miami Heat tonight. There's 26.5 left in the game, so it's not thrown yet, but it looks good.
You said words.
It looks good. But your third star, Tobias Harris, on a night where your 1 and 2 are not playing, contributed a whopping 13 points.
How many did Maxey do?
28.
There it is. That's my boy.
George Niang outscored Tobias Harris.
I love Tobias Harris.
Furkan Korkmaz outscored Tobias Harris. Shake Milton outscored Tobias Harris.
Shake Milton?
Shake Milton dropped 20.
Shaky shake.
Tobias is just getting cardio out there, basically.
That's true. He just, if that.
7 rebounds, 6 assists, 13 points for Tobias in 35 minutes.
Tobias Harris load manages during the game. Let's just be honest. He's in load management.
He's taking 12 shots tonight.
Wow, that's it?
In a night where your 1 and 2 are not playing, you put up 12 shots against the best team in the East.
Danny Green get any?
Danny Green had 6.
He's got bad knees too, so we got to preserve him for the playoffs.
True. He does that. That's true. Guys, listen, Manscaped is amazing, but I got a bone to pick with them.
We're not that pushing.
I know, but this came in the unboxing, and it's sticky, which is great. But you know what it doesn't do? It doesn't pop, and that's bullshit.
Why do you want? We're not 5 years old. We don't need bubble wrap.
Yes, I do.
Yo, you watch your damn mouth.
I birthed 2 babies. I need bubble wrap.
No, they got those things you just pop without popping them now. You just push them through, and they pop.
Oh,
through
the poppers, right?
But the poppers are here, but nothing's popping.
All right, so I got to ask, and
Okay.
Mike, I'm going to come to you because you watch a lot of sports, so you know this.
Yeah.
Are the Sixers going to get bounced in the first round?
I was talking about this earlier today, actually.
Okay.
I don't see them passing the second round. I don't.
Okay.
I don't think their roster's deep enough. I don't think they're good enough defensively, and I think
And
that
their
if
coach is.
their coach, okay,
I like Doc.
let me rant on something that Doc said a
Do
little
it.
while ago. Okay. So I think it was like a month and a half ago. They lost the game, and some reporter asked him a question. He's like, "I don't deserve that. I deserve the pop treatment." I'm sorry. What have you won besides one championship with 3 Hall of Famers?
Like Popovich?
Yes.
Popovich.
Yes.
He wants to be on the
absolutely not.
same respect level as
Who
Greg
is the
Popovich.
all-time winningest coach in
Ever.
NBA history?
And that's the thing too. People are like, well, Doc Rivers is a Hall of Fame coach. It's like, is he though? I mean, is he?
He
Can I go
is an
after him?
NBA Hall of Famer only because he had 3 of the greatest players in NBA history and just kind of was like, hey, go run. That's my issue with Doc. Or sorry, as Adam put so eloquently, Glenn Rivers. I know that's JD's.
Glenn Rivers.
Two
we
N's.
call him Glenn Rivers.
Glenn Rivers.
My issue with Glenn
Yep.
is, I know you're laughing. My
What's
issue
two
with
N's?
Glenn is this. He doesn't ever seem to have a set offensive or defensive strategy. It's very much here, you carry the ball up and then just score.
I laughed the one game where he came out on.
He did his creep walk.
This is not his best moment.
Listen, all right, you guys ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right. Can I get big, please? Can you make me
Go
big?
in on him. Go in on him.
Yes, sir. Hold on.
Do it.
God damn, Glenn. All right, first of all, Glenn Rivers, you sorry sack of shit, you. Let me tell you something. You've given up more 3-1 leads than anybody that I've ever met. You are literally epitome of a procrastinator. Like, I feel like you wait until the time you got to leave your house to take a poop because you just so good at procrastinating. Like, I cannot deal with Glenn. Glenn is absolutely trash can juice. He sucks ass through a straw. Like, I'm at a point now, I cannot deal with him. Even though we have a really good chance of winning some games, we like Mike said, we don't have enough to beat anybody of any fucking importance. So to be real with you guys, in a 7-game series, we're going to wear Joel out. We're going to wear Harden out. Tobias cannot help. Maxey can be happy all he damn wants, and they just don't have enough. Because when they go out of the game, we have nobody.
They're still missing a piece. And there's the Bradley Beal piece, and that's the thing. And by the way, we have to give credit where credit is due, y'all. No. Tobias finished with 14. he made a free throw down the stretch.
Oh.
How many free
Wow.
throws did he shoot tonight?
Let's find out, shall we?
Damn.
As I scroll over.
Glenn, and look at his rotations. All
right, you ready?
His rotations.
Hold on, wait. I gotta share this information. 2.
What?
And he made 1.
Oh,
50%, baby.
50% is a D.
So he's not even being aggressive enough to get to the line.
in today's NBA, even just basketball in general, like I saw this. Was it Tennessee? When Tennessee lost, they scored like 8 points in the last 8.5 minutes. In today's basketball world, there's no reason why you can't have your best athlete take it to the cup and just, someone's going to breathe on you and you're going to get fouled. That's just basically it. Like,
yeah,
there's so much reliance on the 3-ball
Big time.
game that it's just if you have Embiid and Harden out, that's when Tobias has to be aggressive.
And Tobias took 3 3-pointers tonight, made 1.
Are you guys ready for this? I'm about to blow your mind.
I'm ready.
So, do you guys remember last year when Joel Embiid was out against Phoenix or somebody like that, and Ben went for 42 or something?
Yeah.
I remember that. Did that happen?
Yeah, yes, it happened. That's what I'm saying. People just forget that type of stuff. Like, did we forget that he was an all-star? I don't remember Tobias Harris ever making a damn all-star game. Did he make it this year? Has he ever made all-star game?
No, but I think Tobias could have made an all-star team last year. I think that he was on that cusp.
Yeah,
he was on the cusp.
If Tobias Harris was a superhero, him and Glenn Rivers would both have invisibility. They would both be invisibility. They would have invisibility cloaks. They just disappear in times when you need them, including Ben. They all disappear.
Dropped a Harry Potter reference right now.
Believe me, I know. I appreciate. That's why we work so well.
Why won't people dog Tobias Harris out like they dogged out Ben Simmons?
We do.
We're doing it right now.
Nobody's saying F you Tobias at a wrestling match.
Yeah, but like Tobias also isn't like a huge dick.
At least he's out there getting his cardio.
He's out there doing the same thing Ben Simmons did for the last 5 years. Run around.
Wrong. At least he attempts a shot.
Yeah, but Ben at least is an elite defensive player.
Elite defender. Listen, had Ben Simmons this offseason been like, you know what? I should have taken the shot. I got back to work. Here I go. Everyone would have rolled with him. Everybody would have rolled with him. The problem was that he bitched out.
Listen, guys, I got to say this.
You don't take too kindly to that in Philadelphia.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. And I love every single one of you guys with my whole entire heart. Especially you, Mike. I have a special place for you. But Philadelphia people can kiss my whole asshole. Because for reasons that I want to explain, the fan base is the most uninformed fan base I think I've ever met in real life. They think they know shit that they really don't know. And to be real with you, everybody thinks that something is an act of disrespect. Like we're in a damn Sopranos show. Like Sopranos is a New York show, first of all. There's no real shows about Philly.
New Jersey.
I'm sorry, New Jersey. Even
Mike's over there going, you son of a bitch.
Those are actually real thugs. So, like, I'm going to be honest. There's not real thugs walking around the Wells Fargo Center. I can assure you.
You ain't never been to no Kensington.
Yep, South
You ain't never been to no Kensington.
Kensington. They're not buying tickets to the Wells Fargo. They don't have money. They got the zombies out there. They're not doing all that.
They're not.
Speaking of Sister Mary Jane. No.
Oh, my God.
Mike, we do some dumb stuff on this show.
I see that.
Speaking of dumb stuff, last segment.
Those shenanigans?
We had enough shenanigans. I made a Plants vs. Zombie joke about a nun. I think we've shenaniganed out.
That's why your bracket's shot to hell.
Damn right.
You're going to hell.
You're cursed.
Damn right. All right. Everybody has a new quarterback this season, including today. So let's talk about some of these QB switches. So, JD, we're going to play better or worse. So we're going to go marriage style. For better or worse for these quarterback switches.
Why are you doing
like that one? That was going. All right. So for better or worse, did the Steelers get better by adding Mitchell Trubisky?
Huh.
I'm going to slide out of frame for a second.
Leave the earpiece so it doesn't drop out.
Okay, so you said that we get better.
Yeah, for better or worse. We're going marriage.
No, we didn't get better. We need a divorce immediately. Like we need an annulment. Can we please get an annulment? Like it's not been 30 days. We can still annul it.
Okay. Mike, did the Steelers get for better or worse there?
It's hard to say better. It really is. I mean, what is he?
Ben Roethlisberger was so bad.
But he's not as bad as Mr. Trubisky.
You
so 100-year-old Mitchell, or sorry, 100-year-old Ben Roethlisberger is better than Mitch Trubisky.
Yes.
Yes.
I haven't
also
seen
agree with that statement.
Hall of Famer, dude that has never really started and won shit. Like that's easy. It's easy. Duh.
True.
All right.
Even in his worst seasons, he outthrew Mitch Trubisky in his best seasons. As a gargoyle, he plays better than Mitch Trubisky.
Great show.
Great show.
Great show.
When the light shine on him, like you,
he's Dr. Hooned up over here. All right.
He's like gargoyle. That's blank.
I know.
That's full different.
The Commanders for better or worse.
Ooh.
By adding Carson Wentz, he came.
It's hard to say they get worse. It's hard to say. They've been playing with Cracker Jack quarterbacks for they played with a guy from a Cracker Jack box for 2 years.
Taylor Heineke.
Same? Can I say same?
You can say same.
Same?
You can say the marriage is stagnant.
It is.
No, I think it's got better. I think they're gonna go to marriage canceling and gonna make it work.
I don't see him surviving in Washington.
I don't see his knees surviving on that field.
No, I don't.
I think he's out by week 3.
That's what I mean. I don't see him surviving in Washington.
Gentleman's bet?
What is this gentleman's bet you speak of?
Over under when it doesn't survive in Washington.
I'm in danger. Out by game 7.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna venture
out
to
by
say
game
this.
7.
This is for Tila and Chip. Because my wife will vouch with whatever thing I pick. So
sure.
If Carson Wentz plays a complete season and gets them to the playoffs, we will take you guys to a steak dinner.
Wow.
And vice versa.
Now,
and if he
gets to the playoffs, you owe us.
It's fine.
Deal.
There's just there's not a lot of teams to beat in it. So it's really slim pickings out here. So it's gonna work out.
All right. We'll stay in division. The Giants, they added Teddy Bridgewater for better or worse. Because Jones is still QB1.
Yeah.
Mikey, I'm gonna let you take Mike.
Go ahead, Jersey Mike.
Oh gosh. They're both so bad. I mean, it gives him a security blanket, if anything, like something you can kind of fall back on. It gives him, a serviceable quarterback. He's not necessarily bad. So I mean, who was his backup beforehand?
He had a couple really bad ones.
So there you go. See, the fact that I don't even remember his backup is a step ahead in the right direction.
Truth.
So there you go.
Truth.
Yeah, truth.
Indianapolis Colts added Matty Ice Ryan today.
I like that.
I do too.
I do too. I think they got better.
I'd like it better than
They've
Carson.
got better than Carson
sure.
Wentz. Yeah. Is it enough to push them over the edge?
You didn't ask. You said if it's better or worse, then it's better.
Right. It's better than Carson Wentz.
I don't know if it's better, but it's better.
Yeah.
Is Matt Ryan a Hall of Fame quarterback if he wins the Super Bowl?
You have to see what his numbers rank up to the last 10 years.
They're pretty up there.
If he's a top 5 QB numbers-wise of the last 10 years, I mean, yeah, sure. Is Matt Stafford a Hall of Famer now because he won a Super Bowl? So there you go. If Matt Stafford could do it, then I don't see why Matt Ryan can't do it.
I mean, Matt Ryan's biggest indictment is that he can't win the big game. So if he wins the big game, then all of his and he can bring himself back from that terrible Patriots loss when they completely screwed the pooch. Then
yep,
that's true.
All right, from whence he came, the Atlanta Falcons and Marcus Mariota.
I like that too, bro.
Yeah, I like that too.
I'm a Marcus Mariota dude, bro. Like I'm all for the Polynesian brothers. I'm all for it, bro.
Can he carry that team, which has not a lot of offensive firepower?
Was he the guy that we wanted years ago?
He was the guy that almost gave up everybody for. Yeah.
I don't. Okay, so let me say this before everybody jump down my throat. Because I know they don't have very much, it really doesn't matter who they put in there. They're better than Matt Ryan because Matt Ryan had lost engagement of the team. I think he lost the locker room. So anybody that you damn near put in that place is going to be better. So that's where I'm at.
I like it. I like it.
He also changed their offense because he has more mobility than Ryan.
True.
Anyway, so
That's a great point. It's a great point.
They got Kyle Pitts too, by the way. Still got Kyle Pitts.
That's about it at this point. They got Kyle Pitts and Cordell Patterson. Besides that, they got nobody. They're going to have to draft wide receivers.
True.
What about the Saints? Now, they didn't really change anything, but they upped Jameis Winston for a couple years.
A lot of faith.
Remember, their other choice was a garbage dumpster fire of a quarterback.
Who, Gardner Minshew?
No.
Oh.
Talking about Taysom Hill?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Taysom is running back 1.
Yeah. I mean, Jameis could be elite. He's just too careless with the football. That's my problem. That's his interceptions have always been a problem with him.
Mike, I love this kid. I love Mike. I'm gonna tell you.
I love having Mike on. I try and sneak him on whenever I can.
I'm literally I have a cold today, so I came on. I could not let you guys down. I had to make an appearance and just suck it up.
I appreciate you.
So,
yeah,
Mike says something that's really cool right here. He says that you can't trust him, but we've seen him lead the league in touchdowns and also lead the league in interceptions in the same year.
In the same damn year.
I don't think it's ever been done before. So
Jameis
it is impressive. I don't know people who can just – I think he's actually trying to do that. I think it was a state he was trying to accomplish. I don't think it'll be a record that ever be broken again. So
if it is, it'll be by Jalen Hurts.
I was just going to say.
Stop it.
Same thing.
Stop your shit, guys. I'm not going to stand for this Jalen slander. All right? I'll walk off this screen.
Listen.
No, I don't – I actually mean it as a compliment.
Listen,
he doesn't, I do.
All this Deshaun Watson shit, and we're going to get into that in a second. All this Deshaun Watson shit, I did not want him on this team. He is the best option for the 2022 season that we have. With that being said, he is not the long-term option. He is just not.
No.
But we're going to get into that.
Right.
We already talked about Russ a little bit. I think he makes that team Russell Wilson on the Broncos.
Sierra. I know
Mrs.
you guys
Sierra,
know
I
what
know.
I'm talking about because
automatically makes them better.
Sierra. I agree.
Before we get into the big one.
Yeah.
Let's do the where does Baker Mayfield go now?
I love him.
Why do you like Baker Mayfield?
San Francisco.
It's the commercials. No, they have theirs. Trey Lance.
Trey Lance. That's right.
Was he going to be a backup somewhere, you think?
I don't see it happening. I don't see how he can be a backup. Now, should he be? Probably. But he's going to go into some of these camps. Like you look at
Seahawks have somebody?
Seattle is what I was going to say.
Yeah.
He's going to go into Seattle.
I got something for you guys.
He's going to beat Drew Lock easily.
I don't think so, man.
He could go to Houston himself and beat Davis Mills.
Davis Mills is a suitable backup, dude. That dude can hoop.
Suitable backup. That's my point. Suitable backup. Carolina, no one has any damn clue what they're doing.
You think he's rather back up Davis Allen than Deshaun Watson? At least Deshaun Watson is a notable talent. And to be honest with you, Baker Mayfield can probably play a couple games and start if he stays there because Deshaun Watson's going to get
He's not staying there. They already signed Jacoby Brissett.
Oh,
not only that,
the Browns signed Jacoby Brissett with the expectation that Deshaun Watson is going to miss a couple games and they keep it within the same style of play.
Hold on. Yeah. And I would also like to mention, that all the statements that the Browns have been releasing.
We're not doing Deshaun Watson yet. We're not doing Deshaun Watson yet.
I know, but what I'm making a point. But they're saying in this situation, we have looked into this for months, which means that they knew months ago that they were getting out with that Baker Mayfield was out. That's just a little side nugget to all the other bullshit with him.
Johnny Higgins makes a good point here. What about Baker Mayfield sitting behind Tom Brady for a year?
Tom Brady doesn't want to deal with his shit.
Yeah.
Tom Brady, he's going to Garoppolo his ass. That's what Tom Brady will do.
How about Garoppolo still doesn't have a team?
That's why I was asking.
Porn star Jimmy. Yeah, you're right.
Garoppolo doesn't have a team.
Would you take Garoppolo over Baker Mayfield?
That's a good question.
Like
you know
here?
Why?
Like
in
here?
In general. Just would you take him? Like you don't have a team.
I think I would take Garoppolo for the win factor.
Yeah, but Baker Mayfield has more longevity. Garoppolo is going to be done sooner than later, right?
Jimmy's not old though. You guys.
I know.
I feel like Garoppolo is the better quarterback.
That doesn't say
Technically?
much. That doesn't really say much, Chip.
No, that's not.
It doesn't.
I like Baker Mayfield though. I don't get the hate.
Why do you hate? Why do you like him? Tell me 3 things you like about him.
I just don't understand the hate for him. It
It's
obviously is the commercials. I just don't understand the hate.
Do
Can I
it.
take this one? First of all, Baker Mayfield has been overrated since he won the Heisman.
Yep.
He should have never won the Heisman. So
I just don't understand the hate.
That's the hate. That's why, because he's been overrated, and when you're overrated, people seem to hate you.
Yeah, but I mean, like, he has a Heisman and other people don't. So.
But he has.
So does Jamarcus Russell.
Well, that's true.
He doesn't actually. I mean, with Baker Mayfield, he hasn't shown improve either. Like he hasn't shown.
No,
anything.
you're right.
So why
he had all the tools in Cleveland. He had the elite defense, at least on paper.
Sit behind Jalen Hurts.
He had the great running back. No, because he's the big. So he can't sit behind Jalen Hurts because
I'm only thinking about Gardner Minshew.
they're identical quarterbacks. They're identical quarterbacks. Inaccurate, happy feet, arm strength questions, undersized.
Who's a better leader?
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts.
So if that's the case, if I mean that's what I don't like about the Philly situation, the debacle. You have a good leader. In previous years, you've had guys that just are great at the position and no leader.
I agree. Listen, I'm with you. I love.
We
Jalen
haven't
Hurts.
had guys that are great at the position.
I like.
We had
Jalen
Donovan
Hurts
McNabb.
very
We had
much.
Donovan McNabb, but that was the last great quarterback we had at the position.
Right. But listen, prior to the injury with Carson Wentz, he had a great season. He
had a great upside.
He had a great season. He literally walked you into the playoffs as the first round.
I know. But
yeah, but
it was
he
all
wasn't a
again
leader
all
as well.
downhill from there again.
Yeah.
And
If
for
he got
him, the
injured-
telltale sign for him to be out after one season with the coach that he wanted to go to says a lot. If he struggles out here in Washington, he's done.
I mean, I don't really see him struggling in Washington. They don't have nothing to lose. You had Mike Vick, he was also good. Like, I'm just saying, the first leader that I can remember that has been an actual leader, and he's going to accept this responsibility, is Jalen Hurts. And
I agree.
He's probably going to make it because of that.
I like Jalen Hurts a lot, very much, very, very much.
Hold on, I gotta get this Johnny thing. All right, Johnny, because you've been saying some like
Johnny does not like Jalen Hurts.
So we getting some very skeptical shit you got going here with this Jalen Hurts situation. How did he take your lunch money? Did he hurt you in some type of way?
He wanted us to draft a quarterback last year, and again, he doesn't think Jalen Hurts is the guy.
This is the funny thing about it. Who are you going to take this year? Kenny Pickett is
no one this year.
He said we're going to draft me early in the year. He said
they are going to draft Kenny Pickett way too high. They're going to draft Willis way too high. They're going to draft Corral way too high. All these guys are just going to keep creeping up the board as they always do. Quarterbacks, where they are actually slated to be in February, skyrockets by the time April rolls around.
So, John, so to Chip, this to you, because you've been saying this for years. You're not a quarterback away. You're not a quarterback away from winning Super Bowl. Why don't you?
Nor were we a Zach Pascal away. That wasn't the earth-shattering move.
No, it's not an earth-shattering move. You didn't move heaven and earth to get him either. So, you got a really good value. So my thing is for the Eagles fans who are out here who think that maybe the grass is greener. Okay, if the grass is greener, show me what if you get another quarterback, it's going to switch for you. You get Kenny Pickett in here. You get Matt Corral in here. You get Malik Willis in here. You're no better than you are today. You're actually worse. Now, that's a better or for worse.
And if anything, San Francisco taught you that you don't need a good quarterback to make it far in the playoffs. So I'd rather have a good leader that people respect and have good players around him rather than just get some unknown quarterback and have the same problems we had last year. Plus, Jalen can make some plays. I mean.
True, and that's what Johnny's saying here. He's been watching running quarterbacks his whole life. And yeah, Jalen Hurts is a running quarterback, and the offense was kind of built around him. My issue came into free agency this year, where you saw these elite-level wide receivers who we were allegedly in the running for, choose other places with better quarterbacks.
Fair.
All right, here we go.
That's my only concern, because we're not a running offense. Or sorry, we are a running offense. Excuse me, we're not a passing offense. So either these guys are signing up for 1-year deals because they need big numbers. Like, what's his name over in Detroit? Chark, DJ Chark signed a 1-year deal for Detroit because they're always throwing the ball.
Right.
They didn't do that here.
So there's a little fact that I want to throw out there. The way that Philadelphia is made up, the offensive line, they're almost like a version of the Broad Street Bullies, but in football. They've always had the strength of having a run first attack. And when they don't run first, the fans go crazy. But the fact now you have a running quarterback that runs mostly and makes them run past option reads, everybody's up in arms. What does it matter that he can't throw a bomb accurately? How many bombs is he really throwing? Like, come on, he didn't throw that many bombs this year. How many guys do you got to catch the bombs that he throws? That's the better question.
That's the other issue. We do not have the wide receiver. This team is not a quarterback away. It's a big problem. You have to understand that this team is not a quarterback away.
Yeah.
So Johnny, to you, name three receivers or 3 players outside of Jalen Hurts or 3 areas that need work outside of quarterbacks. I can name like 10 areas that I know need work. So you can't worry about the quarterback. The quarterback is not going to fix it because if he dies in the first year because you can't protect him or you have nobody to get the ball to, then he's going to die anyway. He's going to die on the cross regardless.
This was definitely a little bit of a rebuild, and I think he's good enough to kind of navigate you through it. But if something better does open up, if something better does come up, and I think that this high stake free agency that you're seeing is the new trend. Mm-hmm. I don't see this going away.
I really just want Jalen Hurts to win a championship.
And shut all of us up.
Eagles fan. And I wouldn't. And I promise, if I hear any person on social media, any type of Twitterverse, say anything about their quarterback, and then you act like you guys have had all these damn great quarterbacks or something. Like, it's been a quarterback. You guys are known for being a quarterback factory. Why would you want to keep that going? Stick with somebody. Jeez, I don't even.
At least we're not Indianapolis, who is going to have another new quarterback, and potentially next year too, because Matt Ryan is not a young feller.
I know he is pretty. What's the word?
He's 37.
Is it geriatric?
Geriatric.
Yeah, he's a geriatric guy a little bit.
Okay. The only other quarterback we did not talk about, and it's the big one. The Cleveland Browns, for better or worse, I think we can all assume that they got better by adding Deshaun Watson.
A lot better.
Now.
Yeah.
As people?
No, not as people.
I was just checking.
Not as people. But
not as people, but
as a roster.
As a roster, they got better.
As people, they got way worse.
Now, did they give up too much?
Yes.
Souls are tough to give up. They're very expensive.
I mean, okay. So Tila has a point. You have the morality thing, right? You have the moral thing, the moral compass part of it. But if you strike Deshaun Watson down for this thing that he's going through, and it sucks that he happened. He should have never been in massage parlors, honestly. If you're a freakazoid and you got to get your thing off from you get your girlfriend to be like your massage person, and you just do it to her or whatever. You just role play it out. That's what I'm thinking. You just role play it out.
Life lessons from JD.
You just, you can't take your freakazoidness out.
No.
See, he was not going for that at all. Sarah won't.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, 5 minutes ago,
looked at me
five minutes ago, she's seductively putting on Manscaped lip balm all her face on the camera.
I was not seductively. I was saying they have it now. And by the way, it's awesome. But go ahead. So this one's mine. Comes in a 3-pack.
Got you. So now there's a whole situation where you got Deshaun Watson who's coming into the mix, and they got guys like Cheetah, who's been in the league for years, and we know what he's done. Ben Roethlisberger, we know what he did. Like, there's been guys. There's been a bunch of
none of them should have been there. Fuck those
Ray
guys.
Lewis killed a man. Like, come on.
I saw that.
Yeah, but here's
you might want to lay low for a while. You probably wanted for murder.
Deshaun Watson currently going through court cases.
So no criminal situation.
No criminal.
Civil.
But the civil cases, and the NFL is going to suspend him on their whatever you call it, their
exemption list or whatever.
No, the morality, whatever
the code of ethics. The code of ethics.
Yeah, the ethics. But again, $230 million guaranteed.
You know what that's for, right?
Lawyer fees?
That's to take care of that. That's to take care of those ladies. That's to pay those people off. That money needs to be guaranteed because if he's not playing, he's not getting game checks.
Yeah.
So that guaranteed money means he's getting money even though he's not playing and he's sitting. The other part to think about this is
$230 million.
this is the legal standpoint. This is from my legal background with dealing with sexual assault. If they won't bring up charges against him in the court, there's something out there they're not saying. If a DA wouldn't take a chance on a high-profile case like this and didn't think he could win, there may be more to this thing than we actually know. So,
definitely.
So everybody may need to take a step back. I know we're all thinking it's a morality issue, but people lie. And people jump on gravy trains too. So
yes, they do lie, but 22 women are not lying.
I'm
sorry, that number's a little too high for me.
But they keep saying sexual assault. I was a sexual assault victim advocate, so I know what that's like.
Mm-hmm.
But just being a scumbag is bad enough. Just calling him a scumbag is bad enough. But then now say he's going to be suspended. He's worse than a Tyreek Hill who like beat somebody's ass, like legit beat a woman's ass. Like, I don't know if we get to play judge, jury, and executioner on this thing, but we're all trying to. And I think that we should let him, do his time. Hopefully he never walks into another massage parlor ever again.
I think part of it, though, does have to do with the way that the Browns are handling the situation. They're not helping. They're actually making it worse, way worse. Every time they release a statement in a rebuttal to a fan, and to set again, we've done our investigating for months, for months. I
mean, they wanted him he wanted to be traded before this all started. Remember, guys. So
for sure.
A lot of teams did their own research. So let's just say the Browns come out in 2 weeks and say, we found out this person was not credible. Mm-hmm. And there's facts to back it up. Will we leave him alone then?
I think that if it's not credible, then yes. But the thing is, you can't initially start a conversation, whether it's against a man or a woman, to say that the accuser is lying instantly. And that's not the way that things should be done. Period.
And
you
it's got to be a
women, you believe
process.
Men, you believe children, you believe those things, and there has to be more. There's more. And his mom is a criminal defense attorney.
I've seen it.
Yeah, let me tell you right now, she swore off Facebook for Lent, but I know my mother-in-law would be cursing up a storm right now because I bet you she's got some shit to say about this. We should ask her.
So this is my last question for everybody. This is for the panel. All right. So if we're going
panel tonight.
We're a panel. We got it going. So if everything is being considered equal, we're going to treat men and women equal. Mm-hmm. That's what we're doing. Is it okay to say that he's wrong before anybody does any real investigation on it? Because now that the court has done their investigation, they've said that we don't have enough to charge him with anything.
Right, but
other than just
in one court, but there's still another court. You know what I mean?
The civil court.
Right.
Criminal compared to civil.
Right, but the civil court, but I can sue you for anything. Tila, you can look at me wrong and I can sue you.
No, for sure.
Don't do it.
Don't look at me. I will sue you.
Absolutely.
I'm running low.
Absolutely. But
so civil makes it a little bit more of a slippery slope.
I think the biggest problem is the court of public opinion has already ruled on this situation.
Exactly. That's all I wanted to hear. Thank you, Chip.
Right, but also now you're talking about.
There's probably some level of truth to it.
Yes.
But you also have to understand that there have been so many times where it's usually men, but it's not all men. It's usually men that do something and then there's not enough evidence to convict, but this man is guilty and this woman is fearing for her life. And now this is not clearly the same kind of situation, but you should believe, right? And also investigate, because you shouldn't innocent until proven guilty, but yes, but when it comes to things with sexual misconduct and sexual assault, you very much have to take those things seriously. And I don't think that the NFL as a whole takes any of that shit seriously.
No, because it's all about the dollar bill. It's all about the
No.
dollar bill, 100%.
That's the difference.
Because guess what?
I
Next
give it
year,
to you.
Deshaun Watson is going to be in the NFL, and we're going to have another problem to talk about. So we can
Right.
talk about this every single day for the next week.
Right.
But in 5
They
months,
don't-
we're going to forget about it.
Right.
I mean, think
But they
about it.
don't
Think about
take it.
everything.
Or wait, what about all the NFL players who, unfortunately
You about to bring up
have
the Raiders?
aggression?
I thought you were about to bring up
No,
the
have
Raiders.
aggression and wind up beating the shit out of their wives or whatever. Like the NFL does not take that shit seriously enough either. And guess what?
That was
The
the
NFL
point.
is part of the problem. They
That's what we're
are
saying.
part of the problem. Yeah.
That's
I mean,
what-
just
that
look
was my
at
point.
the Las Vegas Raiders this year, right? The Las Vegas Raiders literally had people killing people and going on to Instagram Live and shooting off guns. And it's Rich Bisaccia should have remained the coach. The fact that he kept that ship afloat and got him into the playoffs with all the shit that was going on, Rich Bisaccia should have remained the coach of that team.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when there's a circus around, it makes it easier to play. Because it's less pressure on you to play because everybody's so focused on what you're doing outside. So I do agree with you. I do agree with the Deshaun Watson situation. I just at this point in the game, man, it's hard either way. Like if I don't,
It
say
is,
that-
but the Browns themselves, that organization is really problematic as a whole.
I mean,
Just
they're the
in
Browns, so
they're the Browns.
they're the Browns.
He is a clown, Adam. He is a clown, but remember, he is just the figurehead.
It's the owners. Jerry
It's
Jones is the owner of that league.
He's the one that gets all the heat for everything else that goes on. He is just the person that you blame
He's the figurehead.
when there's everybody else pulling shit.
30 seconds or less. Final question about quarterbacks.
Yes.
30 seconds or less. It's a two-part question. Is Colin Kaepernick going to be on an NFL team this year? And if he's not, is this the year that we finally stop suggesting it?
He looks pretty good in his now. That's just practice, and you can say a lot because Ben Simmons also looks good when he's practicing as well.
We're talking about practice.
Right. But if he has had many years to improve, because for me, all of that stuff aside, I completely understand what he was doing. He wasn't a great quarterback to start. He wasn't a great quarterback. So I don't think it's fair to put somebody on a team just because of a social issue. But he wasn't that great of a quarterback. Now, if he's improved his game, like he wasn't a terrible quarterback either. He just wasn't like the figurehead that people were making him out to be for
He did make the Super Bowl. Just by the
a
way.
quarterback.
After Alex Smith did a whole chunk of the work.
Right. Same thing that we could say about Nick Foles if you think about it,
or
right?
Joe Flacco.
So exactly.
Well, Nick Foles
So-
has a statue, so just throwing that out there.
Right. But if he is going, because remember, didn't he work out for San Francisco at one time? And
He was
they
on
were
San
like-
Francisco.
Right. No.
It
Or
was a
another
different,
team.
um,
And he was like,
the Broncos.
oh no. Like,
The Broncos, that's right.
yeah.
Thank
And
you.
he made the decision not to do it.
And that's what Johnny's saying right here, right? If he's willing to take a minimum contract, yes, he needs to lower his expectations. Part of the issue was
But the
that
thing is, if he is out of the NFL because of a social stance that he took, that's unfair.
agreed.
That's not fair.
Agreed. But it was
We already know
5
that's
years ago.
what it is.
He's been out of the league longer than he was in the league at
Right,
this point.
but that he could
And
have also really significantly improved and come
But
back and
you
be great.
can't-
We
You
don't
cannot
know.
improve by not playing
Right.
the game.
Let him
He
work
wasn't
out
in
with,
Canada.
Is he working out with teams right now?
No, he's doing
He
individual
should be
workouts.
allowed to do that.
No one's saying he can't.
Right, I'm saying he should do that.
At this
And then
point,
you say.
he hasn't been in the CFL. He hasn't been in the AFL. He hasn't played XFL. He has not played football in 5 years. He has been out of the league longer than he was even in the league. At this point, if he is not willing to be he's better than most of the backups. Or
100%.
Chase Daniel
was
still
better
made
5
a
years ago.
paycheck. Yeah.
100%.
Or was better 5 years ago.
I think that he should be given a shot to work out with teams and see, his skills compared to now. Why not? I think it's wrong. I don't think it's something where
It's going to take him
people should-
2 to 3 years to get back into NFL game speed. And by that point, he's 35 years old.
Question. Throwing this out
Yes,
there.
sir.
We're not saying this is the NFL of past where everybody had a franchise quarterback. Like we watched the year last year where we had a lot of backups. It was
True.
it was a year of the backups. It was backup
Right.
central. So to be honest, the fact that he hasn't played in 5 years, it not only shows the disrespect of what they've actually done to Colin
Sure.
Kaepernick, but it's just the point where Now it's almost like, what do we even want to put him through that? Like, would we even want to see him go through? Because he's going to get murdered if he goes out there. Because
but you
It's
know
bad.
what?
Everything's gonna be
Hold on,
hyper-analyzed.
Hold on. He is, but I will also say that his willingness to do the private stuff and do that, he knows what's coming. He knows what's coming, and he's willing to do it anyway.
And even that workout.
Just like when he kneeled, he knew what was going to come, and he still did what he had to do.
And even that workout, you look at where he was throwing a lot of those passes, they were not accurate. They were high. They were out. The Lockets made him look great. I just think, you know, you look at like the Madden football games, and he's still an option on there, and like that's great and all. Like, look, if he was willing, like I think Johnny is a really good comment. If he was willing to say, look, I will go, I will be a backup, I will reacclimate myself to the game, I'll take a lower contract, I just want to be a part of it.
He should reacclimate himself to the game.
Then I'd be fine with it. But the problem is that 2 years ago, he goes, I am better than this starter, this starter, this starter, this starter. I should be back in this game.
was he wrong?
No, but he was better when he was 3 years before that.
Yeah.
But that's the point.
He's been out of football for 5 years. So, yes, was he better 5 years ago than Chase Daniel? Yes.
Of course.
Was he better 5 years ago than who's the other dude that steals a ton of money that doesn't throw any passes? Blaine Gabbert, who beat him out for the damn job in San Francisco, or Garrett Gilbert, whoever it was? Yes.
They also
The
stunk.
problem is that those guys have been in NFL locker rooms for the last 5 years. Colin Kaepernick has not.
Right.
So at
What's the
this
dude
point,
with the
I would
tall
take
head?
game speed players over Colin Kaepernick.
What's the guy with the tall head that we did? What's his name? That we
Hey,
did
man.
for the Giants with the big head?
Oh, Glennon. That was the backup for the
Hey,
Giants.
man.
Mike Glennon. Mike Glennon backed up Daniel Jones last year. Yes.
He's better than that guy.
Was better 5 years
Colt
ago.
McCoy.
Right
Come on, guy.
now, I don't know if he's still better than those guys because at least they've been in NFL
Baker
film.
But give him a
Josh
chance.
Johnson has played on 14 NFL teams.
Wait, Chip, let me ask you something. Okay?
Yeah. This did not turn into 30 seconds or less, by the way. I'm
No,
sorry.
I know.
When Mike Vick was in prison,
Mhm.
how long had he been in prison compared to how long he'd been in the NFL? Do you remember? Because I don't
He
remember.
was in prison for like 2 years, but he had played like 7 seasons in the NFL.
So he was already like in there for at least 5 or 6 seasons. I know he
Yeah.
got hurt 1 year. Okay. Yeah, because when I look back at like the controversy that surrounds it, like the Eagles were willing to take on everything from PETA, and they got hell for it when they did. Do people like? Does the controversy that comes with Kaepernick being in there, whether you think
Risk
it's
versus
controversial-
reward.
Yeah, is he that good? Is he worth that? Like Mike Vick was at least one of the best players in the league.
And the
Kaepernick was
only-
never
That's the
the
whole
best
thing
player.
about Deshaun Watson. That's the thing
Right.
about Deshaun Watson, Mike, is that you
Yeah.
take the risk because when he is able to play, he's going to light the damn league up.
And,
now he's got
that's the
fucking
other
weapons.
thing. Like, if Kaepernick were to end up on a team somewhere, it would have to be a situation where the name at the top of the ticket, so like a Davis Mills situation, is definitely questionable. And Kaepernick could win the job because you can't go to a place where like it's a Brady or it's a Rodgers or any of these guys because then you split your fan base right away.
Yep.
Mhm.
Couldn't agree
Then you
more.
start calling for the younger guy if any of those guys struggle. You've got to go to a place, and I don't know if any of those teams want that level of drama.
No, because it's what's going to happen, and you're going to look like a fool if he sucks. So
So is this the year that we stop talking about him if he doesn't get with an NFL team this year?
no, because Tim
They're
Tebow
never
still gets
gonna-
talked about.
They're never going to stop talking
That's
about
a great
him.
point. I forgot
They're
about
never
good
going
old
to
teams.
stop talking about him.
No,
You know.
Tebow still people want him to come back as like a fullback or a tight end, and it's like, well,
He was unwilling to do it.
Yeah, but he didn't. Right, he didn't want to do it, and he could have. That's where he probably should have been, but he didn't want to do it.
Wow.
same can be said.
I
about
think
Colin.
it's personal time.
Yeah.
I think it's personally time. We don't talk about Bruno, and we shouldn't talk about Kaepernick anymore. Not because I think anything about the social justice part of it all. I think because of the strict NFL playing part of it all. He's been too far removed for too long.
Right, but I think he should again be at least
Give him a chance.
given the chance
But
to
he
do
needs
it.
to go in and go, I am not competing for the starting job. I'm competing for an NFL spot.
Right, and then next year, or somebody gets hurt or whatever, and he steps up. Look at how many quarterbacks were made that way. I know he started off that way,
He
But-
started off as a backup.
right? But that's what I'm saying, and he can do it again, and he should just let him do it.
Colin needs to go to like a small league, like one of those XFL leagues, because they are so small, they're willing to take the risk of him being on the team.
Doesn't The Rock own an XFL team or whatever he's doing right now? He would take them, and I think he should.
Just has to get back into the NFL. He's got to get back into football.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So if he gets back into with the CFL, whatever, it gets them revenue because people are going to be watching the games, which they wouldn't otherwise.
Absolutely.
So even if he plays in there for 10 games, that's at least not better than what he's doing now, playing catch with his friends outside of the football field. So
right, exactly, and that's the thing. Like you bring up, okay, so the closest thing is like a Doug Flutie situation, right? Doug Flutie was out of the league for a while before he came back in and did all the great things. Kurt Warner was out of the league for a while before he did all those great things. But the thing was, they were still playing football.
Yeah.
They were still playing football. And apparently, look, The Rock runs the entire league. Kaepernick would draw eyeballs to that league. That's a great point. Yeah, exactly. To Adam's point, could Terrell Owens still play? It is different as a wide receiver than a quarterback.
Yeah.
A wide receiver, you go out. If you're in shape, you're going to outrun guys. You're going to know the footwork. You learn the route. You catch the ball. Quarterbacks have to decide things way too quickly.
Right.
Yep. I agree.
All right. It's been an hour and 41 minutes.
Yes.
I think JD actually fell asleep, so I'm going to wrap this up. Mike, I want to thank you for joining us. I know we kind of snuck you on here, but we were talking college basketball. You came on. I'm like, this man can talk some things.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Now I got to take some Tylenol and call it a night.
That's right. You go to sleep.
This has been Monday night. We do this every single Monday night. Chip and Drip. Lots of great sponsors. They're all in the bio for the show. So Statement Games, fun free twist on fantasy sports.
But you have a new thing. Sorry.
I know. I'm going to play the new commercial. I haven't gotten it yet. AATSportsNetwork.com/shop where you can get this shirt. Costume Mentality. Symbol.com, the stock market for sports. Symbol.com. Use the promo code AATSports when you sign up. We also have Lottery and Luxury Watches. Use the code AATBirds at checkout for 10% off. Mike, do you want to talk about Triple Threat Bets real quick?
Sure, I would love to. So Triple Threat Bets and I are partners. We've been working together all college basketball season. He's got a lot of handicapping experience. And right now we are doing the Triple Threat Bets handicapping tournament. It's basically 24 cappers combined to have this, full March Madness tournament. The winner gets a $1,500 prize and interview with Bill Krakenberger, one of the biggest handicappers in the country. So really cool stuff. And if you want to buy a subscription for next year, triplethreatwagers.com. We are doing college basketball bigger and better than anybody else.
See, that's so much better than anything I was going to say. I was just going to say the name and the website. You know stuff. This was perfect. This is perfect. And of course, Manscaped.com is partnered with AATBirds. Use the code AATBirds for 20% off and free shipping at checkout.
Your balls will thank you.
Except the new commercial, which I'm about to play,
it's not just balls, guys.
It's not about balls.
No.
I'm just saying.
Now,
some good stuff.
This is the Ultimate Premium Collection. So I'm going to play that commercial right now. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
We're out of beer. We're out of here. I didn't drink, but peace out. Have this commercial. Bye-bye. Are you tired of my cheesy Manscaped commercials that only talk about products that service your nether regions? Well, the brand new Ultimate Premium Collection is out. Snap your fingers and let's talk about it. Believe it or not, it's for a not-so-private part. I'm talking about a leveled-up hygiene routine with your favorite manly scent. This is an all-in-one skin and hair care kit for the everyday man and covers you from head to toe. Literally. Manscaped is trusted below the waist. Now trust them with the rest. Join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping with the code AATBirds. This package includes a lot of wonderful products, including Manscaped Body Wash to lather you up with their infused aloe vera and sea salt shower gel. It also includes a 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. It'll help clean your scalp with one easy step. Next up in this package is the Hydrating Body Moisturizer. Do you have tattoos or issues with dry skin? This is designed to keep your skin feeling clean, smooth, and smelling fresh. Don't forget about the Manscaped Premium Deodorant. No, not for your balls, for your stanky armpits. This deodorant dries clear, is aluminum-free, and smells like their signature scent. Plus, this package includes a free gift, a 3-pack set of lip balm that's made up with ingredients such as vitamin E, peppermint, and eucalyptus oil to keep those chappers feeling moist. That's 4 products and a free gift inside the Ultimate Premium Collection. What a score! All these products are cruelty-free, paraben-free, vegan-friendly, and dye-free. The best ingredients with zero compromise. Don't forget to go to manscaped.com and use the code AATBirds for 20% off and free shipping. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code AATBirds at manscaped.com. The power of attraction is now in a bottle thanks to Manscaped. Your balls and body will thank you.